Yeah, we'll start in 5 minutes. Okay, you guys freshen up. Good morning, good morning, Ishwar. Good morning, everyone. Bache, last class, actually, there was some internet problem, so that is why I was not able to attend the class. Now it is fixed. Um, due to the lockdown, so the internet guy was not able to come to fix the issue. So now the issue is fixed. Okay, okay. So I hope whatever I've taught in last class, you guys have practiced and you guys have checked the notes, first chapter and the part which we have done for the in the last class, the starting of relation and all. Okay, so let's start the class. Let's start it. Fine. So see, good morning, good morning. So what we can do is we can first we have started doing relations. Yeah, so relations basically between two sets when we are talking about relation between two sets and all. So I'll just recap a little bit what we have done in the last class because it has been so many days. So we have seen that the relation is between two sets from set A to set B. Okay. Okay. And suppose we have elements of set A, B, and C, and set B has 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll say that these, suppose if these are the links, these are the links. So I'll just recall what definitions we have done. So we'll call it 2 is the image of A, or the image of A is 2, 1 is the image of B, or the image of B is 1, 3 is the image of C, or the image of 3 is the image of C is 3. Okay, so these were the kind of definition which we have for 1, 2, 3 from the set A. And suppose if we are calling a relation A to R, we are calling a relation A to R. So we'll write the elements of R as A comma 2, B comma 1, C comma 3, and so on. Fine. So these were the relation. This is the relation R defined, right? It is just given an example that this is a relation, and this will be the relation from A to B. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now it is okay. Okay, so next was that we have seen the definition of image. Now we'll say some. We'll give some more definition. Okay, so suppose we have a relation from set A to set B. If we have a relation from set A to set B, then we will call this set as the domain. We call this set as the domain. Okay, and to whatever set we are having, we'll call this set as codomain. Okay, very easy. Domain thing you must have heard before also, so it is not hard for you to relate. So domain is this set, and codomain is the set to which the relation is done. Okay, so from A to B, from domain to codomain. Okay, now see, I will give you one more example. So suppose you have A as domain and B as codomain. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 5 and 6. Okay, so I'll first draw the relation. I'll first link some elements. Fine. So see, this we already have defined that what is this? This is called as the domain. Fine. This is called as the domain, right? Now see, if from here if I map, if from A set I will map to B, from set A if I'll map to B. Okay, now see, this B as a whole is called as codomain. This B as a whole set is called as codomain. But fine, so these were the okay. Now what this complete set will be known as codomain. It's a larger set. It's a larger set. That means we call it whatever elements are here in B will be called as codomain. Okay. Now, only the elements which are linked with the set A. Only the elements which are linked with the set A. Which are those elements? Only 1, 2, and 3. Only 1, 2, and 3 are the elements which are linked. That means these are the only images. So 1 has image 2, 2 has image 1, 4 has also image 1, and 3 has image 3. So these are the elements. Just wait. Okay, now see, only these are the elements which are images of some elements from set A. So what we'll call these elements as this range. Okay, so range will be the set which will be used. So suppose we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, here 5 is not used, it's okay. 5 does not have any image. 5 is not linked with anything. Okay, 5 is not related to any element of B. Okay, and only the elements which are linked, will be termed as a range. Okay, where all these elements, the codomain will be the set which is consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Understood? So here we can see one thing. That you can also say, sir, what you are trying to say is that range will always be a subset of codomain. Range will always be a subset of codomain. That means range is consisting of these 3 parts. Oh, why? Because only these 3 were used. Why? Because only these 3 were used. Now suppose if 5 was linked with 6, then here which element extra I will include? I will include 6 also. So now the range consists of which elements? 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, here 6 will also be used. Okay, so range and codomain, everybody understood? And domain, so it's very easy. Domain is from where we are making a relation. This is codomain, and this is the range. Range is the part of elements of codomain which will be used. Okay, understood? Everyone? Fine, very good. Now let's move on to the next definition. We'll move on from definition to definition till we have completed all the terminologies. Let's just check this one. Then we move on to the next definition. Fine. Okay. See, suppose, and one more thing, that suppose if I have to write a set, suppose set A having elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 till 13. If I have to write a set A from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till 13. Fine. And suppose this is not till 13. This is supposed till 31. Right? And I have to, if I have to name this set, what will I say? Either I can write all the elements. First method is to either write all the elements. Right? Either write all the elements, but either you can write the name of the person. Right? But remember, in your school, you have also been given a roll number. And what is the purpose of that roll number? Because name sometimes can be big. You can have a large name. You can have a name with first name, middle name, and the last surname, right? So you can have a very large name. In this case, it's a very large name. So what you can do that you can rename a set. You can write. Okay, so what you can do, you can rewrite and you can give this a roll number kind of a notation. Okay, you can give this a roll number kind of a notation, which is known as a set builder form. These kind of representation, representation is called as a roster form. roster form. Roster form means a large form, है ना? Yeah, this is a set, this is also a set, right? But this is a set in which I had to write 13 names, 13 elements. This is also a set, writing all the elements, right? Other way of writing is I can simply write a set A containing first 13 elements of natural numbers, है ना? We can say that this is a set A containing first 13 elements of natural number, or 13 first 13 natural numbers, or first 13 natural numbers, right? This is also a form of writing a set. This is also a form of writing a set. What we will consider, what we will try to focus on is this form. Why? Because set builder form is an easy way of representing any set. Set builder form is an easy way of representing any set. For example, if this set I will try to write down in a set builder form. This set I will try to write down in a set builder form. So let's see. Let's write a set A. Set A is equals to, set A has element x. Now just look at it very carefully. Set A has element x such that x belongs to natural number. Set A has element x and x belongs to natural number, and x should be less than equals to 30. X should be less than equals to 30. Okay, this is what? This is a set builder form. This is a set builder form. We can think about this as a roll number kind of a representation. This is easy, this is compact, and this is much easier for me to represent and for other one to understand also, right? So either you can write any set in this form, this is known as roster form, right? Or you can describe the whole set in a very long way, that set A contains the first 13 elements of natural number, or set A contains first 13 natural numbers, right? The other one is by writing it in such simpler form, that there is a set A which contains x element, and x belongs to natural number, and x should be less than equals to 30. Okay, what I will do, I will give you one more example. I want you to write the set builder form of that set. Understood? So just look at it once. Okay, let's see. Let's see if you can write. Okay, let's see. I'll give you first very easy example. So suppose there is a set B which contains -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. I want you to write the set builder form. of this set. The roll number form, set builder form or the roll number form. But in last class, I think Shailendra Kumar sir took trigonometry, basic trigonometry. Okay, that was the part of your physics. Okay, we will do trigonometric functions in detail from the next chapter. Okay, I will teach you everything again from the basic, from trigonometric function. I think next is your trigonometric function. I will teach that again. Okay, so that was just for physics point of perspective, that okay, very basic definition of from trigonometric function. Okay, so now just check if you can write the set builder form of this. Okay, now we have seen first thing that what kind of a number these are. These number belongs to which set? These number belongs to which broader set? These number belongs to integers, right? These number belongs to integers. Very good. Now second is, these integers are from which? What is the lower limit and what is the upper limit? My lowest integer you have got is -2, and the highest integer you have got is 2. Okay, so I can say that this is a set of integers. This is a set of integers from -2 to 2. This is a set of integers from -2 to 2, right? So I can write it in this form, that B is a set which contains element X. You can also write B is a set which contains element A, anything. B is a set which contains element B, anything. Okay, so this is just a name, such that this X belongs to integers. By this X belongs to integer, whatever element will be, it belongs to integer. And see, X should be greater than equals to -2 and less than equals to 2. This everybody understood? Yes or no? Fine. Okay, let's see one more thing. Let's see for this one, if I'll represent such that first just check this one. Everybody has got this one. Everybody must have got this one correct, right? This one is very easy. Fine. Second is, let B contain element A, just a name, such that A belongs to whole numbers, such that A belongs to integers. A belongs to integers, and A mod of A is less than equals to 2. Mod of A is less than or equals to 2. Just check if from this also we will. Yeah, integers I or Z, but anything you can use. Integers I or Z, anything you can use. Okay. Modulus function, do you know what is okay, fine, leave this part. Modulus function I will teach them. If you do not know this part, then leave this part. If you do not know what is mod, then forget about this. Don't even worry about this. Just check this one. If this is okay, that means you understood. Now let's complicate the set. Same set to -2. You're correct. Now let's complicate the set a little bit. Instead of something like integers and all that, let's complicate it a little bit. Okay, let's complicate it. Fine. So let's try to write the set builder form. Of okay, let's take a set A which contains element 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But if this is your first class, then what you can do, you can just, it's a very basic, first class I did very basic. Okay, so what you can do, just read the first 20 pages, or read the second chapter, relation and function. Okay, sets is in first chapter. Just let me check once again. Set was in, yeah, set is a very basic chapter. If you read it by yourself, you will be able to understand. Okay, so right now whatever I'm doing, just you copy it down. These are just basic definition. Just read the first chapter once again and you will be able to understand it strictly. Okay, even then if you have any doubt, I will give my phone number in the last. You can take my phone number. If you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me your doubts in as WhatsApp. Okay, whenever I have time, I will just give you a reply. Fine. So let's see if you can get the set builder form of this one. Don't just look at the question. I want you to solve. Don't just look at the question. Try to solve, try to write something. If you won't write, you won't get. Remember, this is an online class. If you won't. Yes. Natural numbers, aesthetics, masters. Okay, so let's see. Let's try to find out. Okay. Fine. So first thing which we have realized. Very good. Most of you are giving the correct answer. Very good. That means you are able to understand. So that means what these numbers are, we have to first realize it. What are these numbers? We have to first realize it. Okay. These numbers are even numbers. These are even numbers, right? And even numbers, not infinite. They are not infinite even numbers, right? They have a lower limit. Lower limit is 2 and upper limit is 10. By lower limit is 2, upper limit is 10, right? That means it is not exceeding after 10 and it is not exceeding preceding before 2. So that means the natural even number is from 2 to 10, right? 2 to 10. Now, how can I write an even number? How can I write an even number? Every even number will be of the form of 2n. Every even number will be of the form of 2n, right? Where n can take any integer, n can take any integer value, right? Suppose it is an even number -2, then what will be the value of n? N will become -1. If suppose it is -6, what will n become? -3. If suppose the number is 4, then what will be n become? 2. Suppose the number is suppose the number is 16, then n becomes 8. So depending on this n, this whole thing will take a even number, right? Yes. So we can write that set A contains an element x. Now just look at it very carefully. Set A contains an element x such that this x is equals to 2n, such that this x is equals to 2n, okay, where n belongs to natural number, and n is less than equals to 5. Where n belongs to natural number and n is less than equals to 5. Now see, one thing which is very important. I am not defining what x is. In this, I have not defined what x is. In the previous case, I have defined directly, I have defined what x is. X belongs to natural number, right? But in this case, I have not defined what x is directly. Why? Because indirectly, I have defined what n is. N is what? N is natural number. And natural number from where to where? Natural number less than equals to 5. So n can take which values? But n can take 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. N can take which how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now x is equals to 2n. So that means x will become 2 into 1, 2. 2 into 2, 4, 2 into 3, 6, 2 into 4, 8 and 10. So that means defining this is perfectly fine. Understood, everyone? Yeah, obviously x will be divisible by 2. By all these numbers, x are divisible by 2. See, just check for this one. I'll show you what other have written. Some other students who have written. Okay, this part is okay. Now see, this part we need to define this because we have to find no, see, natural number does not have 0. So we won't have any contradiction. This cannot be 0. This will start from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maximum of 5. Suppose instead of equal to, if you were taking less than, so you could have written n is less than 6. Okay, then again it would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understood? So this will contain only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Everybody understood this part? Let's do somewhat exactly similar kind of question. Suppose there is a set A. Set A contains element 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Tell me, try to write down the set builder form of this one. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Very good. Most of you are giving correct answer. Let's see. So now there are two methods. Now there are two ways. Two ways. See, even number I can write as 2n. Even number I can write as 2n. Okay. Now see, odd numbers. All odd numbers I can write in two ways. In two ways. First is 2n plus 1 form. Why, this is also an odd number, and 2n minus 1 form. Understood? So this is also an odd number, this is also an odd number. No matter what you substitute as n, no matter what you substitute as n should be, obviously n should be integer. Whatever n is integer, this whole thing will be odd as well as this is odd. Okay, now see, some of you have done using this 2n plus 1 and some of you have done using this 2n minus 1. Okay, both will give you same answer, means somewhat same answer. That means you should get these elements only. So first let's try to write out the set builder form of this one. Okay, so that means A is equals to an element, A contains an element x. A contains an element x such that x is equals to 2n plus 1. Some of you have taken 2n plus 1. A is equals to x such that x is equals to 2n plus 1. Right? Now see, n can belongs to either whole number or natural number. है ना? N can belongs to whole number or natural number. First let's take what is natural number. What will happen when n belongs to natural number? If suppose n is natural number, n will start from which value? N will start from 1. When I substitute 1 here, what will I get? I will get 3. है ना? I will get 3, right? If I am writing n as, means if I am taking small n as natural number, then I will get the first element as 3. Next is 5, then 7, then 9, then 10. So we will never get this 1 in this form. We will never be able to get 1 in this form. Okay. So that means what we have to take, n belongs to whole number. N belongs to whole number. Whole number means starting from which number? Starting from 0. So n will take first value 0. 0, if I substitute here, 2n plus 1, what will you get? 1. Then I will take n is equals to 1. N is equals to 1, what will you get? 3. Then 2, 5, then 3, 7. When n is equals to 4, what will you get? N is equals to 2 4 is 8 plus 1 9. So that means the maximum value of n can take, n is less than equals to. Understood this, everyone? This part everybody understood? X is such that x is equals to 2n plus 1. N belongs to whole number. Okay, and n is less than equals to 4. So which values n can take? This n can take 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 0, if I substitute, I will get 1. 1 into this this thing. Yeah, some of you are using mod property. That is also okay. But I have not taught mod, so that is why I am not taking. This is the easiest way of representing. Some of you are taking that any n divided by 2 should give you remainder 1, something mod if you are using, right? So this also you can use, but because many students have not used modulus functions, so that is why I'm not teaching that part. Understood? This everybody has done, so that is why we are doing in this part. Okay. Fine. Okay. Some of the students might know mod, but I don't think so everybody knows modulus function or not. That's why I'm not going into the modulus function. Okay. Fine. Now see, if so this is fine. Now suppose if some of you have taken 2n minus 1 form. Suppose somebody has taken 2n minus 1 form, right? Again I will write this. So there is a set A which contains an element x such that x is equals to 2n minus 1. Now this is 2n minus 1. So think about it. X should belongs to, n should belongs to what? Natural number or whole number? N should belongs to what? Natural number or whole number?
भैया natural है. Hello.
बच्चे just
No.
Okay, everybody understood? So that means what happens, that this is this n belongs to natural number. Why natural number? Because the first element it will take will be 1. So 2 into 1, 1 minus 2, 2 minus 1, 1. So it will start with natural number and it will go up to which point? Maximum value. So 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10, 10 minus 1, 9. So after 5, if I'll take 6, 2 6 are 12 minus 1, 11. So that means n should be less than equals to 5. Okay, just check these two solutions. You should get, other than this also, if you are using modulus, that is also perfectly fine. The remainder of that modulus by 2 and any remainder of that modulus by 2 should give you 1. That is also perfectly fine. There is no wrong about it. You can use that. Understood? Fine. This is okay. Now, don't think. Some of you must be thinking. Yeah, some of you must be thinking. But a modulus function. See, some of you have doubts. So modulus function. When I've taught modulus function, we'll do modulus function. Don't worry. Don't think that I can write this as a is equals to x such that x is an odd number less than 10. X is an odd number less than 10. Don't think that I can write like this. But what is this? If suppose somebody is asking you what is roll number, you are telling your name only. And instead of your roll number, they have written your name, right? So if they'll call out the roll number, they are saying, okay, Mr. Amit, stand up, okay, and something like that, right? So this is a roll number. This should not contain something which is like a name. Understood? Fine. So this is a kind of a roll number kind of representation. So this is different. This is different. Okay. However, this is not wrong. I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm not saying this is wrong. What's the point of keeping roll numbers and different from name? Because roll numbers are compact, right? This is a very small set. This is a very small set. Suppose there is a very large set which has some different property, right? And which you cannot write in this form. For example, I will give you an example in the next as next month. Okay. Suppose you have let's take A has a set. Just wait. Okay, so suppose you have a set A which has elements like this. Suppose A has which sort satisfies 2 square plus 1. So sorry, 2 to the power n plus 1. So this is 1s are 3 and 4, 5 and 8, 9, 16, 17. Okay, so suppose we can decimal also you can use, but these are the examples which are using natural numbers. So we can use natural numbers. If it is an example of decimal, you can use decimal number. It won't matter. Okay. Now this is a set which contains an element of 2 to the power n plus 1. 2 1s are 2 plus 1, 3. 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5. 2 3s are 2 to the power cube. 2 cube plus 1, 8 plus 1, 9. 2 cube, 16 plus 1, 17. Right? So now the thing is you cannot write these set as A contains the element 3, 5, 9, 17. Right? So this is the better way of writing will be A is equals to X such that X is equals to 2 to the power n plus 1, where n belongs to natural number and n is less than equals to 4. This is a better way of writing. And why? Because suppose instead of 17 I had here 100 numbers. I cannot write 100 numbers. When I can simply write that this will be less than, n should be less than equals to 100. Right? Suppose in this set there were 1000, then I can simply write this is 1000. Right? So this is easier for me to represent. This is much difficult for me to represent. Okay, just check this one, then we move on to the next definition. Okay, I think this part is okay now. Now see, till now we have done set builder form for only one set. We have done set builder form for only one set. Now what we will do, we will try to find out the set builder form of two sets which are related to each other. We'll try to write down the two sets in a set builder form which are related to each other. Okay, now we'll be very specific. I'll tell you, we'll be very specific how to define it. So suppose we have a set A which has element X such that X is satisfying some property. Fine, we have a set A such that X is the element and X is satisfying some property. Okay, this is fine. Now in a set we have single element. In a set we have single element, but in relation what do we have? In relation what do we have? Think about it. In set we have single elements, but in relation we have what? Pair. Better name. Ordered pair. Very good. In a relation what do we have? We have ordered pair. Yes, very good. You remember ordered pair. So here we have ordered pair. Very good, excellent. We have ordered pair here. We have A comma B. A coming from which set? We named this particular set. We named this A. We named it. What was the name of this set? Domain. Very good. We call this as domain. Fine. And think about it. This B, what we call this set? This we call image. Yeah, a better name, range. We call it a range. Why we are not calling this codomain? Why we are not calling this codomain? Because this is already been taken. This B will already be related to A, right? B is already related to A. There is no element left out. So this is a set. This is B is coming from which set? Range. This range always belongs to which set? Codomain. This B will always come from range, which range is a subset of codomain, right? So there will be some elements of codomain which will not come here, and there is a relation between A and B. We will describe the relation between A and B as we have described the relation on X. Okay, this part, this change from here till here, everybody is able to understand. This is coming for set. Set has single element, but in relation we have ordered pair. That is why we will have two parts. Okay, fine, everyone. Okay, let's see. I will give you a very basic example. So we are taking a relation from natural number to natural number, or we'll call it as A, and this as B. So from natural number to natural number. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and what we are doing is that 1 is linked with 1, 2 is linked with 2, 3 is linked with 3, and 4 is linked with 4. 1 is linked with 1, 2 is linked with 2, 3 is linked with 3, and 4 is linked with 4. Okay, so I want you to write the set builder form of this. I want you to at least try the set builder form of this. Let's call it a relation R. So this will be R such that, R is equals to A comma B such that. I want you to define, write the definition. What this A and B will satisfy. What will this A and B satisfy? Okay, Let's see. Very good. Some of you are yeah, some of you are writing it correct, that A is equals to B, or A into 1 is equals to B, and something like this, right? And A and B belongs to natural number. A and B belongs to natural number. This is very very correct. This is very correct. This one is correct, right? So what we are doing, that A is equals to B, and A belongs to natural number and B belongs to natural number. Fine. This is everybody's writing. Okay. Now let's see. What I want you to do is write the element of this set. Forget about this. Forget about this. Write the element of this set, means at least for first few elements of this set, this relation, and write the elements of this relation. Write the elements of this relation without considering this part, and write the elements of this relation. See what is the difference. You will get something different. Yes, correct. If I'll write the relation, this relation, if I'll write, just look at this, and if I'll write, so relation will be containing elements 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4. Very good, very good. Right? But this is a finite relation. We have limited number elements. But here what is happening? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, and so on. And so on. Right? So this will have an infinite elements. So what we have to do? We have to define it. We have to constrain the values of A. We have to constrain the value of A. So what we can do? We can write that A is less than equals to 4. We can write that A is less than equals to 4. No matter how many elements this domain or codomain has, the output of this one will always be this. The output of this one will always be this. This is now what I'm doing. I'm finiting. I'm putting a constraint on the elements. A is equals to B and A is less than equals to 4, or you can also write B is less than equals to 4. Anything you want to write. Understood? Understood the difference between just writing this part and including this part. By including this part, what we are doing, we are restricting. We do not want an infinite relation. Elements, relation which has infinite elements. Understood? Now suppose we can write that. We can write A belongs to set A, and set A is nothing but natural numbers. But this is just a name, right? This is just a name. A and B are just a name. We do not care. We do not care about A and B as its name. We are only bothered about these elements. We do not want to write that A belongs to A or B belongs to B. Okay. If suppose here I have mentioned, that A belongs to capital A belongs to capital A, then I have to define what capital A is. Then I can write that A is equals belongs to natural numbers such that A is less than equals to 4. Again, I have to define. If I am writing A belongs to capital A, then I have to write what capital A is. Here I need not to define what is capital A. I just have said that A is the element coming from some set name random name, which is containing elements as natural number, and natural numbers are less than 4. Understood? Everyone? Fine. Very good, very good, very good. Let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next example on the basis of relations. Bache, video lagging, I guess some internet problem from your side. Just check it once again, bache. Refresh your browser. If you have lag issues, then you can do one thing. You can clear cache and all. Hai okay. Yeah, we can write both A and B as well as A and B both as less than equals to 4. There is no problem in that. There is no problem in that. We are only considered about the output. We are only considered about the output, because here, suppose if I won't write B less than equals to 4, suppose if I forget somehow, what will be the output of this? What will be the output of this? The output of this will be still this. If I forget about this part, A less than equals to 4, and if I have only written B is less than equals to 4, what is the output? Still only this. So we are not bothered about what I am writing here. My output should be same as this one. My output should be same as this one. Understood? My output should be same as this one. Everyone understood? Fine. When should we define A and B? Suppose if A and B already been predefined. if I have given that set in the same question, if suppose A, I have already defined that A is a natural number containing 1 to 4, and B in the same question I have defined B is a set of natural number containing 1 to 4. Then I can say that A belongs to capital A and B belongs to capital B. Understood? Fine. But sets, one of you is asking what is the application of this in real life. Sets and all can be used in coding and all. Okay, so in coding, in computer coding, in processing, in AI, developing AIs for supercomputers. This set builder form, or you can see Java and all those coding is all nothing but set builder form. By every coding is nothing but set builder form. In a short form, in compact form, how can you write the code? So this is coding only. Indirectly, what we are doing? We are doing coding indirectly. For a very basic perspective. Okay, the next chapter after this bache is your trigonometric functions. So set Jesse, as soon as we'll finish sets, we'll move on to trigonometric function. Okay, fine. Let's see. One more example I will give. So this is from set A, this is to set B. Let's see. Let's take example. Set A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and B has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is the link. Fine. Now write this in set builder form. I'll give you 2 minutes. It's a very basic, right? Set builder form. Okay, let's see. So if yes, A is equals to B plus 1, B equals to B plus, yeah, very good. So you have got it correct. So suppose this is R, so I can write this R will have elements A comma B. R will have elements A comma B. I will use different pen. I will say comma A comma B such that A comma B such that A is equals to B plus 1. Very good. A is equals to B plus 1, or if somebody has written A minus 1 is equals to B. A minus 1 is equals to B. Very good. A and B belongs to which set? A and B belongs to which set? Natural number. A and B belongs to which set? Natural number. And A should be, we have to limit the values of A, and B, A and B belongs to natural number, and we can, the easier form is, one of you have written it correct, that B should be less than equals to 4. B is less than equals to 4. For different values of B, you will get the values of A. So B is taking values 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Understood? Or you can write A is less than equals to 5. A is less than equals to 5, or yeah, that is also correct. For A also, for A is less than equals to 5 is also correct. Because if A is taking 1, B will become 0, which is not possible. Right, very good, correct. Both are correct. This one is also correct, this one is also correct. Very good. है ना, both are exactly correct. Fine. A is less than equals to 5 or B is less than equals to 4, both will give you the exactly same result. Okay. Now this was A minus B. A minus B is equals to 1. Yeah, you can write A minus B also equals to 1. A minus B equals to 1. Anything, but any of this is correct. Fine. Very good. Very good. So you have understood this part. है ना? So we have seen the roster set builder form, for single sets and set builder form for the relations. Okay, set builder form for the single set and set builder form for the relations. Okay, now we will move on to the very important and very interesting part, which is known as function. Okay, we'll move on to the functions. Now it is very important to listen it very carefully, because there is only two conditions for a relation to become a function. Less than sir, if A is less than 5, then can be 1, sir. If A is less than 5, if A is less than equals to 5, A can be 1 also. A can be 1 also. Let's take A is equals to 1. Let's take A is equals to 1. When A is equals to 1, 1 is equals to B plus 1. So B will become 0. B will become 0. But B belongs to which set? B belongs to natural number. That means A cannot take one value. 1, 0 will not be there. 1, 0 will not be an element. So it is okay if even if A is taking 1, the output from here, the output we will get 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 3 and 5, 4. We will not get 1, 0 as output. Understood now, Achhay? है ना? Rubesh, you understood? Yes, very good, very good, very good. Okay, so let's see. So there will be only two conditions for a relation to become a function. Only two conditions. There are two conditions. I'll just give you the name of these two conditions, and then we will do the remaining in the next class. We'll start with different kinds of functions. Okay. So the two conditions are, first condition, that suppose there is a set A and there is a set B. Okay. We call this set A as domain, and we call this set B as codomain. So we will have some elements. We will have elements A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. We will have some elements. So suppose we have a link like this. We have a link like this. Fine. So for this to become a function, remember this. For this to become a function, the first very important condition, that nothing should be left out here. No element should be left out. Every element should have an image. Every element should have an image. For example, if I write here E is not linked with anything. So that means this is not a function. This is a relation. This is a function. In the previous case, 1 was left out. This 1 was single, right? 1 was single in your words. So 1 is not related to anyone. Okay. So that means this is not a function. 1 has to be linked with someone. Every element has to have its image in codomain. So that means E has to have its image in the codomain. E has to be linked with something. Only then this will be called as a function. So first condition is, I will write in words. First condition is, every element of domain should have an image in codomain. Fine. So this is the first basic requirement. Wait, what is the first requirement? Every element of domain should have its image in codomain. Every element of domain should have its image in codomain. Fine. So I think I will teach you till here. Remaining we'll do in the next class. I will give you my phone number. If you have any doubts, only WhatsApp, only doubts related. I think I have already given, but again I'm giving you 98181 73952. Only WhatsApp. and only doubts related to maths. Don't ask me doubts related to your personal life. Okay. So WhatsApp number, just send me a WhatsApp if you have any doubt related to the teaching or anything. Whenever I'll see the WhatsApp message, I will send you the reply. Okay. So this was all for today. We'll do the next class. We'll do the next in the next class. Okay. Okay.